I hope you're well. Wow, I did move around the camera a lot. Okay, so today I would like to talk about the blog that I just sent out last night, last night. If you've been following me on Facebook, on my Quiet Mind, and on my personal site, wall, you would have seen many pictures of little birds. It started with the eggs, and now I have little birds there. So 3 little hatched birds. And my blog is about that. My blog is about life and death. So this week's blog. So I have 2 hanging plants. If you know me, you know that I love gardening. I love flowers, and I love to garden, fruit trees, vegetables, whatever I can. But I live in a balcony now. I live in a condominium now, and I have a balcony. That is hilarious. And I bought 2 hanging plants. I was really excited. They had beautiful, colorful flowers in them. And my neighbor came, they helped me, and we hung the plants. But no matter what I did, I could not keep them alive. I tried to keep them, moist. That didn't work. I tried to keep them damp. No matter what I did, they just refused to survive, and they both died. And after a couple of weeks, I said, okay, fine, I will go and buy more flowers. During this time, I had been seeing this little bird constantly go into one of the hanging plants with the dead flowers all over it. And I was wondering, what is this bird doing here? Why is this bird constantly going there? And actually, I can hear them. I bought the flowers. I changed one of them. I put the live flowers in it. And then when I went to change the other plant, I noticed that there was a bird nest in there with 3 little eggs. Well, I knew I couldn't touch it, because if I moved the nest and put new plants, flowers in there, the bird would just fly away and not take care of the eggs. So I had to leave that as is. And before you know it, we have 3 little eggs on my balcony growing. It's just amazing how fast they grow. It is amazing how they had their wings, but they had no feathers at the beginning. And slowly the feathers are growing. At first, they weren't scared of me. Of course, I never touched them. But now every time I go on to take a picture, take a video for everybody, they just go quiet and their eyes are following whatever I do. I thought a lot about this little mama bird with her nest in a planter of dead flowers and leaves. Why would this bird come here? And I realized that she felt safe because the flowers were dead and nobody was tending to them. It is a peaceful, safe place for her to raise her babies. While you and I look at the hanging plant and see death, we see someone who wasn't able to take care of this potted plant with flowers, and how ugly is it? And probably some of my neighbors think, why don't I put, live flowers in it like I've done to the other one? But there's life there. Where I saw death and ugliness, and most of us do in a case like that, a baby bird saw life. A baby bird saw the opportunity to create life. And I think it's just amazing how our perspectives, when we look at things, when we look at situations in our life, when we look at things that are happening in our lives, and how we're seeing them as something, a relationship just died, I just got laid off from my work, my car broke down, my business car broke down, my bus broke down, whatever it may be. How when we look at something and we see death, we see pain, suffering, we see something that maybe we can latch onto and have trauma, something else will look at it differently. And I feel we can learn from nature so much. I feel this little bird is here teaching me something so that I can share with everybody, and whoever is ready, whenever they are, they will hear this and they would take away whatever they need to take away from it. One thing I learned, one of the first things I learned from nature was daytime, 24 hours of daylight, of day, 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness. I realized that day and night don't fight with each other. There is just this beautiful harmony of how they gently touch their hands together between sunset and sunrise, like passing each other through graciously, beautifully, calmly, without judgment. It is the most beautiful, peaceful time to meditate during sunrise and sunsets. It's the most calm time to be anywhere. And these two existence, daylight and night time, they coexist as the months and the seasons go. One is longer, one is shorter, and then they switch back, longer and shorter. And I realized from this that our lives are the same way. Sometimes we feel it's dark. Sometimes we have problems, pain, suffering, trauma. We're dealing with that. And then other times there's joy, there's happiness, there's laughter, there's determination, there's contemplation, there's peace. So if we can always remember that there is a fine balance in everything. And I don't think that, like if somebody says, oh my God, I want to keep it kind of on the low down, kind of just where sunset and sunrise are, like balance. If I'm not too happy, then I won't get too upset. If I'm not way upset, then I need to be way upset in order to have way joy. Then we're not taking a risk, right? If we don't want to be happy, like go on a vacation for a week and long weekend, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it may be, a whole day going to the beach, having fun, laughing, enjoying ourselves. If we don't want to do that, if we don't do that, somebody might think then I won't have deep darkness. No, it's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's about finding the balance within. It's about knowing and trusting that if pain and suffering come, and they will come, that I can handle it and I do not have to go down the rabbit hole. And we build this confidence and we build this peace by practicing it when everything is calm. By getting to know ourselves better when everything is calm. Meditating, journaling are a couple of different ways you can practice when everything is wonderful. So when something does happen, you can keep your balance. I have learned that time and time and time again, because I have stopped my meditation numerous of times in my life. And honestly, every time I have, afterwards, I've regretted. There is so much power within us. There is so much strength within every single person, and every single person has a gift to share. And we dilute that. We give that up in order to keep others who don't want to acknowledge that part of themselves happy because we love them. So if we say, well, I'll try to be a good person, what if you know you are? I try to be a good mother. What if you are a good mother? What if you are that mother that that child needs? Or father, or friend, or uncle, or aunt? And then when you know you can do better, then that is where courage comes in. That is where meditation comes in. That is where self-awareness comes in. You accept it, you acknowledge it, you don't go down the ego path, and you do better. And you do better, and you do better, and you do better constantly, because that's what it's all about. Us challenging ourselves, competing with ourselves, rather than competing with somebody else. So, with that said, if there's anybody that would like a card, I know that Tamara, who's preparing to move in Arizona, cannot join us today, and she asked for a card. So, and let's pull a card for her. Tammy. Here we go. And I've got two. Both cards are hers. Okay, right next to each other. Very nice, Tammy. The first one is contemplation. And the second one is peace. So oh, I held the cards, but it wasn't clear. I don't think. Okay, contemplation, detached observation, increased understanding, solitude. So, and it's a man walking in the forest under the moonlight. And when we're close our eyes and we're meditating, it is solitude, right? It is being quiet within oneself and contemplating life. I feel like you're at a point that you've come to peace with everything that's going on. You finally threw the white towel in. You cannot control the situation anymore, and it's moving the direction that it is moving. And that's the thing for everybody else. When we don't tend to things, when we do not meditate, when we do not write in our journals, when we do not take care of the things that become triggers in our lives, at some point it catches up. And when it catches up, it's probably not a comfortable situation. And then we're left wondering why. We've got to deal with the things we need to deal with. It's and no matter how hard it is, if you need to change jobs and how scary it is, you need to start looking for a job. You cannot constantly postpone it. If you need to move, you have the feeling, wasn't there a book? Wasn't there a story about a mouse who moved the cheese? When I was working for Staples many moons ago, I was in the corporate office, and suddenly this talk about this short story came out about who moved the cheese. And it was all about, there's like a maze, if I'm remembering it correctly, this is like a half memory. There is a maze and somebody constantly is putting the cheese in a corner of the place. And there's two mouse that go there. And then finally, one of the mouse says, what if this person doesn't put the cheese here anymore? We need to go find our own cheese. And the other was like, no, 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 no. They will always be putting the cheese here. I don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about it. Well, one of them says, no, I'm going to go find my own cheese. I don't want to be dependent on this person. And he goes and he finds his own cheese. But the other one stays, and eventually that person stops putting the cheese out there. But it was already too late because he kept thinking that the cheese will come, but the cheese did not come, and he didn't have enough energy to go at that point to look for new cheese. So I kind of had an idea of, oh my God, this story is being passed around at my corporate office. I have a feeling that they're going to start laying people off. And they did. Within a few months, it was a huge layoff that started. Thank God I was saved a few times during the layoffs. But my point here is that if you know you got to do something, no matter how hard it is, do it. Do it and be done with it. Prepare yourself. Because the cheese will move, and you're getting intuition, you're getting hits, something within you is telling you that I need to take care of this. And if you don't, then you don't, and it'll be hard. So Shake asked for a card, and I have someone else, Mona always asks for a card, so I'll put a card for Shake and then for Mona. So Shake, I'm going to pull an angel card for you. Here we go. Is this 1 or 2? 1? No. 2? Yes. You see how I'm using my body as a pendulum? I believe I've taught that to a number of you, that you don't have to have a pendulum in your hand. You can use your body as a pendulum. And maybe I'll create another video and I'll show you that. So Shake, for you came courage. And for you, the second card for you is spread your wings. Courage is Archangel Ariel. They're both Archangel Ariel, which means that you gotta start talking to Archangel Ariel this week. And do you work with Ariel or do you work with Uriel? Oh, you work with Gabriel, I believe. I think it's Gabriel you work with a lot. But anyways, this week, Archangel Ariel, courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. And spread your wings is do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So what is it that you are ready to soar? You know what it is. You got to dig deep inside and find the courage and go for it, right? Spread your wings, go for it. The only way a bird can fly is if it lets go of the branch. The bird cannot fly anywhere if it does not let go of the branch. So it's time for you to let go of the branch and fly. Okay. Last week you got a card from Uriel. Okay, so last week Uriel was with you. And this week, that's probably why I was thinking Uriel. This week is Ariel. And that doesn't mean you can't continue working with Archangel Michael and Gabriel as you do normally, but it means that you can also call upon Ariel. That Ariel is telling you she's with you and you can ask her questions, you can lean on her, you can ask her for guidance. Okay, you are very welcome. And now for Mona. Mona is also our Archangel cards. Claircognizance. Archangel Uriel for you, Mona. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Thoughts and ideas, to be present in the moment, to be aware of what did you just think? And sometimes someone else gives you messages. You might be at the grocery store and the person behind you or in front of you says something to you, and that might be the answer to a question that you had. You might be wanting to buy a couch, but you don't know what color, and then you overhear two people talking at the grocery store. Wow, look how yellow these bananas are. Or I just bought the most beautiful car, the most beautiful color, the color is this beautiful light gray, right? Here are your answers. Messages come in all different kinds of ways from the universe. They come in songs. I believe I shared with you the story of Zeus once. um, how we were in the car and he was giving me a message through a song. So what I would like to do is actually pull a bliss card, bliss card, a bliss card, a bliss card. Bliss cards were created by one of my very first spiritual teachers, Rose. She has a page here on Facebook as well. I will put a link in the comments, and has this incredible book filled with so much wisdom. She was one of the first people that spoke about 12 chakras within the human body, the first that I know within a human body system. So, and then years after that, other people started talking about it. So a card for today for all of us. I am always supported by angels. And if you honestly believe this, if you honestly practice this belief that you are always supported by angels, how different would your life be? Because so many times we feel we're alone, right? So many times we feel there's no one supporting us. So many times, so many people feel that it's hopeless and helpless. And yet, if you remember in that moment in time that I am always supported by angels, and you lean on them and you start asking them questions and you go quiet to hear the answers, your life will change. And one card for this week. Oh, I am grateful to be alive as me. Yesterday, I posted this as this week's affirmation, and it just came up again. I am grateful to be alive as me. Again, it comes to the point, we come to the crossroads of, this is how people expect me to be. This is what people want me to be. But who am I? Am I what they are telling me that I am? Or am I someone different? And if you are someone different, then it's time to claim that. It's time not to be a shapeshifter and put different hats on to please people. We do wear different hats. We do wear hats of, I'm a mother, I'm talking to my child, so I'm a mother. I'm talking to my husband, so I'm a wife. I'm talking to my mom, so I am a daughter. We do wear those hats, but we don't want to wear hats that you maybe you want to eat healthy and everybody around you does not, and you say, oh, okay, to keep them happy, I will have this 3 burgers and 3 French fries and 3 shakes. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but you stick with your gun. You can say, I'm going to have 1 burger, no French fries, no shake, and 4 salads, right? Not to mold, to keep other people happy, to claim it. I am happy as I am. I am happy. I'm grateful to be alive as I am. That is our week's affirmation. And if there's nobody else that would like a card, I have noticed that After after the video, the live ends, a lot of people watch it afterwards. So it's during working hours and people can't make it. But afterwards, a whole bunch of people watch. And you are welcome to drop me a line and ask me to pull a card for you. As you can see, I get to do that for a few people, and I'm happy to do that. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful week and stay true to yourself and trust your intuition. And I will see you next week. Bye.